Should it be illegal to drive too slowly in the left lane?
Let's talk about that.
Hey, I'm Stop Motion Stardust from YouTube. Good Mythical Morning.
Good Mythical Morning.
Welcome, ladies and gentle beasts, to the 250th episode of Good Mythical Morning. Link, how does it feel?
Feels good. Round of applause. Round of applause.
You know, we do this three more times.
That's a big number.
And we'll get to 1,000. Do it 3 more times.
I don't get it.
We do 250 3 more times. That'll be 750. 750 plus 250 is 1,000.
Wow, I get it.
And then we'll really celebrate.
Wow, can you imagine? Yes, we'd like to extend some semi-sincere thanks to all of you for watching. And thanks to Jason for his production work on this thing. Editing and all that. Wow, it's just, it's just amazing how it all comes together.
250. Thanks for joining us for at least one of those.
There is a freaking dog here. Is that a dog? We have not hired a dog.
Mackerel.
I'm allergic to dogs.
Whose dog is that?
Dogs poop on things. Can't have him
Who brought
here.
a dog?
I don't know. We'll look into that later.
Okay, anyway.
It was a dog, right?
I'm from Georgia, so that gives me the right to talk about this.
You lived there for like the first 6 months of your life.
3 years, buddy. And there is a former Georgia State Trooper.
Only people who were born in Georgia can talk about things in Georgia.
That's the way I see it.
Okay.
Well, at least introduce the story. If one of us has to, it might as well be me.
Okay.
There is a state trooper turned lawmaker who is proposing a new law where it would become a moving violation to go less than the speed limit in the left lane, in the passing lane, in a multi-lane highway. So 2-lane interstate, that kind of thing.
Okay. So multiple lanes going in the same direction. If you're in the far left lane, which is agreed to be the fastest lane, the law is you have to go the speed limit because there's already a law that says you can't go over the speed limit. Hence the word limit. So this is a pretty narrow sliver.
It's understood. Ask any state trooper. And he'll be like, well, if you want to get serious about this, really, you can go about 9 over the speed limit and everything'll be okay.
They won't say that. I don't think any state trooper's gone on record saying that.
I'm not going on record, but off the record, just between you and me, buddy, you can go 9 over the speed limit and everything's going to be okay.
But, sir, we're taping it right here. I think you were...
Well, listen, between you and me and all these people, but off the record, I'm going to tell you right now, you can go about 9 over the speed limit and everything's going to be okay.
Now, there's probably already a law on the books that says
there is a law on the books.
You can't go too slow. There's a minimum speed.
There is
for
a
the
minimum
left lane.
speed.
Okay,
there's just listen. It basically the article says that this will reinforce an existing law, but it's more specific. It's like right now, I think you can go like if their speed limit is 70 and you get over there and the speed limit and go 65, you can't give somebody a ticket for that. This guy is saying, no, if you're going 65 in the left lane on a road where you can go the speed limit is 70, you should get a ticket. And you know what? He is right. This man should be elected to whatever position he is trying to get elected to, or maybe he's already there. We should pass this law, fellow Georgians. I'm moving back to Georgia just to be a part of this movement.
Wow.
Or really, it's kind of,
I wish you would have talked to me about this beforehand, because that kind of impacts me.
What you can come?
Okay, yeah,
Internet's everywhere, man.
There's nothing I hate more than putting mustard on a sandwich when I think it's mayonnaise. But second to that, there's nothing else I hate more than being in the far left lane of the interstate and I run up on some good granny driving, going slow. Not a granny, but someone who's driving like a granny. Everyone knows grannies don't go on the interstates. So I'm not picking on grannies here. I'm picking on people who drive like grannies in the far left lane. I do hate that. And so, yeah, I guess I'm in favor of this too. No controversy here. But
well, listen, but just between me and you, just between the two of us here and Jason and everybody who's watching, 9 over the speed limit, everything gonna be okay. But I don't want to go too slow.
Are you still speaking English? Because I did not even understand what you're saying there, officer.
I hope the guy...
You want to see my driver's license registration?
In my mind, the guy who's proposing this law, he talks like this.
I picked up on that, but I don't know what you're saying.
I'm in complete agreement with this guy. I'm in complete agreement with you because it is a pet peeve of mine. And let me tell you how I respond. And I'm not telling you to follow suit, and I'm not saying, do as I do. Because I'm setting a bad example.
Don't do as he says or as he does.
Because here's what happens when I'm on the interstate and first of all, now that we've moved to Los Angeles, there's never enough open road to make any decisions. It's just
Right.
it's just a pod of people moving en masse.
As a matter of fact, yeah, it's such a bumper to bumper thing that more often than not, the far right lane is much faster, and that's my strategy.
Because it's a reverse thing. It's a reverse
everyone's
psychology.
trying to get over there to go
left,
faster.
I'm going to go to the right.
But in normal situations, let's share what we each do.
Yeah. Back in North Carolina, where there is like a fast lane and a slow lane.
A free flow of traffic.
When I get in the left lane and I'm like going along at about 9 over the speed limit, and I get up there behind somebody who's going about 9 under the speed limit, and there's nobody to the right, you could just say, you know what, just pass them on the right. Just go around them, I don't do that.
And you shouldn't do that.
I get as close as I possibly can. I don't honk the horn. I get as close as I possibly can, like NASCAR distance, like I am drafting on this person. And I just wait.
And you just like try to get your eyes to meet theirs in the rear view?
Yeah, I'm just like staring right ahead. I'm as close as I possibly can. I'm just waiting for them to look up and see whatever car I happen to be driving right in their rear view, and then give them the opportunity to make the right decision. Now, some people, depending on personality, will like slam on the brakes a little bit. Get off my, don't tailgate me. Come on now. But they're the ones in the wrong. You see, they need to learn a lesson, and I got a quick reflex, so I back off a little bit, and then I get right back up.
But what do you want them to do? You want them to get over to the right.
I want them to get over and acknowledge. Here's what they should do. They should be like, oh, okay, I'm sorry, I was texting, or I was talking, or I was thinking about something else. I'm going to get over to the right lane to where I should be, or I'm going to speed up to the proper speed.
I feel like if people speed up at that point, I kind of still feel like I've lost. I only feel like I've won, and this is a competition. I only feel like I've won and beat the person in front of me if they get over.
That's what it's about.
It's like a dog rolling over on his stomach and saying, you know what?
Have your way.
You're the alpha male here. I'm just, here's my stomach. You're in charge.
Okay.
If they start going faster, I feel like I need to stay up on them. But I don't do what you do. I am a horn blower. And I don't mean like the hobbits. I mean an actual guy.
I am a horn blower.
Now, Ed, listen, but there is a way to go about the blowing of the horn when this happens. Because
just say honk.
What?
Just say honk.
Okay, honk the horn. What's wrong with blowing the horn?
I just,
Because I don't know if you've seen in my car, I actually put my mouth on something and I do blow.
I haven't been in your car recently.
That's why I said that. Because, by the way, it is not safe. It is a problem to pass on the right. You're supposed to pass on the left because everyone's moving that way and people don't check blind sides on both sides. It's not safe. You're supposed to just get over when you can and only don't pass on the right, people. That's not right. Any driver's ed person will tell you that. So we're in the right and telling people to move over, and I'm in the right to honk my horn. Now, there's a right way and a wrong way to do this. At first, the horn length of blowing can only be a certain length, okay? If it's too long, it becomes offensive. You got to start off with just a short toot. Yeah, that's
too long.
Yeah, that's too long. It's got to be like a or a or a burp.
You gonna have a parrot sound
or a blow blow. It's got to be like a one. You've got to actually
friendly, like hey, buddy, just getting your attention.
Yeah.
Hey, come on.
Yeah, but it can't be like, hey, get off the road.
Well, I think it can get to that at some point.
That's like
after you've gone twice.
You give a honk, and then you give a honk, and then you give a and if you have two different horns, that's great, but you have to pay money to have that installed, and maybe AutoZone can do that for you.
And I don't mean to call you out, but I'm going to call you out because as we have established here before, you're not a great multitasker, and you drive when we travel together. In fact, we commute every single day, and you pick me up and then bring me in and then drop me off. So you're driving most of the time.
Like an invalid.
And of course, when we are together in a car, we're working, we're talking. We're carrying the business of the day into the commute.
Yes.
And you have a tendency to, when you are engaged in a conversation or just thinking it's about something in general, that you forget that you're driving. And you are...
I don't forget that I'm driving.
You are very often the person that is the problem in the left lane. Sometimes we'll be talking about something and I'll look over and we're going like 46. And I'm just like, hey, Link, honk, honk. I do the old proverbial honk, honk within the car to get you to speed up a little bit. But the thing is that it is a bit hypocritical. Because you are sometimes the cause of this problem, and then you return the favor. But when you get honked at, like you did just the other day, it really makes you mad.
What makes you say that?
Because just the other day, we were driving, and somebody did a honk. They started with the long honk, granted, but you got really mad, and did you remember what you did? They got around you, and you got up, and you got in front of them and wouldn't let them get around you as we turned onto this road coming up to the office.
I actually blew my horn back at him first. You forgot that part. I was like, yeah, if somebody honks at me a long honk without a short honk first, they get a honk back.
I think, you know what, this is, we should, another invention. I came up with another invention. There should be the left side of the horn and the right side of the horn should make different noises.
Yeah, be more expressive. That's what I'm saying.
I am so upset right now and like, hey, buddy.
Like a friendly honk and like a foghorn honk.
What if it was like one of those? What if it had like it you don't want to get too many because you got to make a split decision. You don't want to hit the wrong honker.
But you're like all over the place.
I think a three section horn, upper middle and then lower right and lower left, and each one says a different thing.
Or it can just be voice command. Like, you know how our car has the hands free?
Hey, buddy!
You could just be like, beep, honk,
jerk,
and blow.
Oh, I was
like, I'm like driving, I'm like beep, and it's like beep, and I'm like honk, and it's like honk, and I'm like blow, and it's like oh.
All right, so that we're adding that. We're gonna start a Kickstarter for the beep honk blow horn.
Beep honk blow.
It's a three partition horn that responds to voice commands.
But
please support us.
I'll work on not being so hypocritical. Get it?
Rhett,
I was trying to scare you.
Performs surgery on Link. Why don't you just act like maybe something's wrong with you, and I'll respond.
No, you got to perform. It says perform surgery.
But I mean, there's got to. Do you have any?
Don't do it in here though.
You doing okay?
I need some like head surgery.
You do. Okay. All right,
Should I just lay it here?
I'm going to need access to the cerebellum, which really I need to make an incision here.
I think I have one of those in my pocket.
You know what? Jason has an ink pen, so here we go.
No,
Just brace yourself.
Cerebellum.
Okay. All right.